delegates and panelists, professionals from the development sector, a very good morning to all of you. I must thank Bhumik Shah and CSRBOX for inviting me to give the keynote address of this prestigious summit. It's a privilege to be here to inaugurate these 3 days of learning, thought leadership, and analysis. I must say that CSRBOX is an excellent platform for conversations, collaborations, and actions. We all know that this year, the country is celebrating 75 years of independence, the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. But all of us working in the social development sector, we really know that despite intense reforms, we still have a long, long way to go. In the 2020 Human Development Indices, India ranked 131st among 189 nations. This really compels us all to rethink, relook at our strategies and interventions. However, on the other side, it's been less than a decade that corporates were mandated by the CSR Act to invest 2% of their profits for community development. So the positive side of the story is that now there is a steady flow of funds and resources in the development sector. CSRBOX's analysis, just as Bhumik showed in the previous slides, it says that in the past 5 years, the government has made, since the government has made CSR mandatory, the total funds that became available amounted to 1 lakh crore rupees. Over 75% of eligible companies are now reportedly fulfilling their CSR obligations. So the funds are there and more funds will be flowing in. The question is now, how should we use these funds in the most meaningful way? How can we further the cause that we believe in? And how can we translate our best intentions into visible, sustainable impact? With the monitoring and evaluation systems in place, we must now focus on our responsibilities that are the creation, planning, funding, and execution of the most effective projects. Corporates can leverage their strengths in implementation and project management to scientifically design and implement programs. And I believe these programs should address the fundamental problems of our country which still exist. And they are hunger, malnutrition, illiteracy, poverty, unemployment, and lack of adequate health care. Many of these problems are intergenerational, and we need programs which can cut these life cycles. We should nip them in the bud, and so that they do not reappear consistently. This cannot be achieved merely with redistribution or allocation of funds. And that's where I believe capacity building becomes most important. Capacity building can help us build communities that are resilient and not dependent. Resilient because of their own education, skills, and self-reliance, and not dependent on charity handouts. Let me share an example from Adani Foundation's Fortune Suposhan project. The Fortune Suposhan project trains women from within the community to become Suposhan Sanginis. The Sangini, as the name suggests, acts as a partner and guide for the community members. The project aims to curb the intergenerational cycle of malnutrition by focusing on children from 0 to 5 years of age, adolescent girls, pregnant women, and lactating mothers. A healthy pregnancy, a healthy mother, and a healthy child. This means there is no place for malnutrition in that family. The Sangini counsels, engages, and educates the families, and in serious cases, she guides them to get medical assistance. She gives cooking demonstrations to promote healthy eating habits. She convinces the family to opt for institutional delivery and creates behavioral change in multifold ways. This is how we are ensuring a long-lasting impact of the project. CSR efforts should be targeted to reach out to those who are most vulnerable. Take, for instance, another example, the Adani Vidya Mandir, the schools which provide cost-free education to children from marginalized sections of the society. It's a matter of great pride when a student from one of these schools get admission in IIT Mumbai. But it is a matter of even greater pride that lakhs of children in underserved communities are simultaneously receiving high quality education and building their own future through various educational schools, programs, and institutions. So in that sense, we need not to just celebrate the exceptional cases, but we must aspire to achieve a high rate of penetration and expand our coverage to reach out to the most marginalized in the society. Our CSR efforts should be directed at enabling people to receive education, to develop skills, and to protect their livelihoods. They should be supported to seek out opportunities for themselves to earn a living. We all know the pandemic has been a rude shock in many ways. The pandemic has reminded us of the dire need of inclusivity, the dire need of capacity building, and the dire need of adaptability for change. In the essence, corporates can now monitor return on investment in CSR as closely as they would monitor any other business ROI. India will soon have the largest and youngest middle class of any nation in history. It's in all our interests that our country is as strong, as healthy, and as productive, as motivated as possible. To this end, I would emphasize on 3 strategic perspectives, which I think are valuable. The first one being partnership and collaboration. We all here are working towards the same goal. So why not take advantage of each other's expertise? Fostering purposeful partnerships with government agencies, civil society formations, and like-minded organizations can really help us curate the best solutions. The second is gender mainstreaming. The latest National Family and Health Survey suggests that India now has, for the first time in history, more women than men. 1,020 women for every 1,000 men. So now we can no longer turn a blind eye to half our population. Girls and women's progress means society's progress. It is just as simple as that. Third is the long-term sustainability. Our work should continue to empower communities even after we leave that geography. And this is possible with capacity building as well as designing economical, scalable, replicable, and robust CSR models. In conclusion, I'd just like to say that a change is long due in the way we approach the social development work. India has an incredible history and a very promising future as it emerges as one of the world's largest economies. So we owe it to our future generations to help create a fair and just society. I'm sure that over the next two days, during the panel discussions, the master classes, as well as the forums which are lined up, thought leaders will provide great food for thought and meaningful examples. Once again, my gratitude and best wishes to Team CSRBOX in making this a great learning experience for everyone. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.